music is a little bit surreal. He's playing to a track which is in the minor key, and he's playing major chords over it.
Crumble. You think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, but I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to live, and I got so much love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. I will survive.
Well, hello there. About a month has passed since we last got together, so let's get you caught up. I've been hanging out here in Bali, taking it pretty easy, getting caught up on some rest and studying Indonesian. And I think I'm in good shape there, which will help us have some really good adventures as we explore Indonesia. It's also been pretty warm, but the cooler season is starting to happen. So today's a little bit overcast and it's pleasant weather for walking. So I think today's a great day to get the show started up again. Now the great thing about Bali is it's pretty impossible to take a bad video here. Everything everywhere is great. So in one way, this is the easiest gig in the world, but in another way, this is a really heavily photographed place. And one of the things that I first discovered when I got here is people focus very, very hard on the things, and there's certainly wonderful things everywhere you go, but they don't focus as much as maybe they could on the local people that built this culture and that still maintain a tight connection to their tribal roots. It's pretty amazing in this day and age. So I'm a little bit torn because there's a lot of beauty to show you here, but the more mundane, everyday stuff is also pretty interesting and maybe not what people are gonna come here and show you in all of the rush to eat, pray, and love and all that good stuff. All right, so I've decided what I'm gonna do. I had kind of a scenic oceanside adventure planned, but you already saw the ocean and the beach last time, and I really want to show you just everyday Bali. So I'm going to take you on the other side of what's called the bypass, Jalan Norarai bypass. It basically bisects the eastern end of Denpasar city, which is the main city in Bali. It's where the airport is. And I live in a part of it known as Sanur, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. But basically, the bypass is the boundary between the tourist area and the local area.
Here we go.
Woo! That took a long time. And all that wonderful cloud cover, as you can see, is now gone. Incidentally, it's the same day as the intro. I went home and took a shower before we got started and put on a new shirt. So for your continuity police, that's what's going on. First, let's go in here. This place has cupcakes. Oh yeah. There we go. Right there. Mungkin ini ya. Yeah. Such and such up. So the thing about Bali is the food is stupid good. And it's cheap. You can get just about anything you want. But yeah. A lot of it's real healthy. And some of it is less healthy. So just like in the Philippines, there's street stalls everywhere you go in Bali, but I don't really know what we got here. Apa ini? Candle? Lilin?
No, cendol. Ice with
Oh, enak sekali. Ini nama apa?
bubur sumsum. Bubur sumsum.
Bubur sumsum.
Sumsum. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Bubur means like a jelly, right?
Yes.
And sumsum is apa di bahasa Inggris? Rice. Rice. Okay, so there you have it. This is yeah, right. Okay, so we're on our way. Now, since you're new here, let me get you a little bit oriented to things Indonesian. First of all, as you no doubt saw, Indonesians really like the sugar and they like their plastic. In fact, of all the countries that have a problem with plastic pollution in the oceans and waterways, Indonesia is just about at the top of the list. One of the things I'm happy to see is since the last time I was here in the summer, a lot of the stores have stopped serving things in plastic bags, so that is a big deal. Second thing is Bali has one thing in common with LA: nobody walks here. Everyone rides motorbikes, and the walking infrastructure is a little dilapidated, to say the least. The streets, they're like sort of main streets where the cars go, and then you have these things called gangs or alleys, like where I am right now. Motorcycles freely go down this. Actually, one's coming right now. Two are coming right now. And sometimes even cars. I've seen some very big vehicles go down some ridiculously small places. So walking here is a bit of a challenge. It's a very dangerous thing to do if you're not watching your step. I actually broke my ankle here last year standing on the side of a road. Why the dogs here are so much less mellow than the ones in the Philippines, but they really are. Just chill out. I'm on my way to a rice paddy that happens to be in the sort of the middle of the urban area. I stumbled across it once, and it was a pretty cool experience. Feels like it's sort of the real deal, you know? Boleh melewat? Terima kasih. Saya lupakan kata sawah. Maaf. Oh, this is nice. Bagus ya? Uh-huh. Yeah, see, now there you go. Now, one of the things I like about wandering around Bali is it's usually perfectly okay to wander into a road or someone's backyard like this and you're not gonna get shot. But it's looking like we're gonna be negotiating the path into the rice fields pretty soon. Yeah, so forgive me if I don't show you every step of this negotiation. Okay. So this is where the walking path is. Yep. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not looking where you're looking. I'm looking at my feet. So we're halfway across. Well, something like that. That's a scare something. Now, most of the infrastructure in Bali is made of stone, like this long irrigation ditch that I've been walking down. And I've never been able to work out exactly how old everything is here, but judging by how crumbled a lot of the walls and sidewalks are, they were put down quite a long time ago. And the streets, as you may see later, are crooked, winding. They reflect land ownership or farming paths that have been here for a long time. And one of the cool things about Bali is, even though it's sort of constantly under construction, you don't have to go far to see how the locals are maintaining connection with a lifestyle that's been here for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Apa kabar?
Hello.
Yeah, hati-hati. All right, we made it. Wow, an actual sidewalk. Oh, and this is, yeah. Oh, this reminds me of something I wanted to tell you. I forgot what it was. Wow, this is so cool. Wait, what the hell? What is this? Oh, well, that's nice. There are, I am told, 1 million temples on Bali. They range from sort of rusted out places to incredibly grand and beautiful architectural wonders. The reason is Bali is largely a Hindu island, and almost every home has some place where that they can honor their ancestors, and you see them every day, as I said in the last episode, going out with an offering.
The time will bring so much to find that you're not imagining.
Now, the state of building here is a little bit frightening to contemplate, because when I first came here, and up till the last time I was here, which was about 8 months ago, this was a dirt track. And now it's all cleaned up. I don't know whether I should be happy or unhappy, but when I first got to Bali, one of the most amazing adventures I had was following an old man up this gully, and it was like going into Narnia. We went down into this sort of a mini canyon with a creek in it, and then I followed him up this really steep set of earthen stairs, and then into this rice paddy and this whole deal. And I went back to find it a couple years later. The entrance to that and to a couple of other places I had adventures in was closed up by new development. So just in the time since I first came here in 2015, I think it was. Hello, 2014, I'm sorry. A lot has changed, and a lot of the connections to those kind of adventures have been cut. But there's still a lot here to see. Oh, here we go. Now, kite-flying. Hello! Layang-layang, ya?
Yeah.
Ya, di mana lakukan itu?
Itu di sana.
Oh, di sana ya? Ya.
Halo.
Mungkin saya melihat. Boleh? Okay, bagus. Now, kite-flying. Big deal here. I kid you not. And with all of this space to work in, who could blame them? Oh my God. It's not a cat, it's a mouse. Holy crap. Hello. Oh my God, look at you. Oh, you are not in a good way, are you? Just to give you some perspective, that's my foot. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I can't even touch you. Sucks. Well, good luck, little guy. Now, Bali can be a little tough on animal lovers. First of all, there's a lot of rabies here. There was a pretty good effort underway to eradicate it a few years ago, and my understanding is local politics kind of got in the way of that, and they wound up slaughtering a lot of the stray dogs on the island unnecessarily. One of the reasons I'm told that some of the dogs are so mean here relative to the Philippines, where they're pretty relaxed, actually, surprisingly, is because after they are whelped after they get to be adult dogs. They're not really treated very well or cared for very well. I don't know if that's true or not. The dogs have actually been more mellow this time than the last few times I've been here. I don't know if they were eating the plastic or something. But yeah, it's one of the things you kind of got to get used to. You know, you learn not everything in the world is things you can control, and some things you just got to let go. What's up? Apa kabar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your YouTube name?
I remember the first time I walked down this path, I was a little bit like, what's coming next, right? That's sort of the yin and yang of doing this show. There's some of these places that I know pretty well, and there's some places that are just as new to me as they are to you. A lot of folks in the comments have been very concerned that they don't see me walking around with water. Well, keep in mind that it's not like the United States where there's a convenience store every 3 miles or something. There's someplace I can buy water every couple hundred meters, so there's no need for me to weigh myself down with it. And I try to make it as unobtrusive as possible, but I am walking around holding a phone with one hand, and so it's kind of hard for me to show you me drinking water while I'm on camera. But rest assured, I do hydrate. Thank you very much. So there's a place a little further up where they do a lot of kite flying, and since we saw those kids with the kites, but they kind of took off in the other direction, maybe we can catch it there. And through the gate. What do we got? We have, oh, very nice, another beautiful rice field. This one's a little less well tended. Oh yeah. Oh, this will be fun. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure, why not? Ugh. Okay, sure. I don't know if you can see the birds. Well, I know you can see the birds, but they're all perched on top of the grass there. It's pretty slick. Well, I don't feel like crossing this whole thing with the, oh shit, with the sun going down. Whoa, well, didn't see that coming. Okay. All right. Oh, there's another bridge. That should be easy. Well, more of the same. I think I'll take my chances on the bridge I just came across. Forgive me if I don't film it this time. I made it. Enough of the rice paddies. Let's get ourselves to the kite area. I think I need to take a break because I was hallucinating this to be an ice cream soda. To give you an idea how ornamental the Balinese are just by design, this is a garage. This is a fine example of a terrible Balinese sidewalk. When you're walking in Bali, you best pay attention. Betulnya bisa memancing di sini? Ikan tidak besar ya? Besar? Okay, here's the spot. Only one kite in the air here. Oh, there's okay. So all the kids are over there. Let's go talk to them. Bagaimana? Oh, bagus ya. Actually, I've seen these things from a distance. It's like they're a mile high. It's really incredible. Now, one of the things about being here that I find really inspiring is the kids. Now, kids here are exposed to a lot of danger. I don't want to sugarcoat this. I mean, obviously, I'm a total stranger. I'm kind of talking to these kids. No one thinks anything of it. But the flip side of it is the kids here are so adventurous. They do things together. They're left to explore and left to have adventures on their own. And they're really intrepid, you know, they're not scared. So yeah, I mean, there's obvious safety issues there, but there's a trade-off in our culture for how much we shield our kids. Because every time I walk down the street and a kid goes, "Hi!" like he just did, I'm really inspired. Hello. This is what I'm talking about. You saw how it is, you know? They see a foreigner walking down the street and they just say, "Hey!" And I think sometimes that how much we try to keep our kids safe, and that's important, but they do lose something as well. You know, when I was a kid, I was left alone a lot to explore. I mean, Adam walks around started when I was about 13 or 12. Because my parents just had me on a pretty long leash. And yeah, maybe that wasn't all that safe, but it equipped me to have this kind of life, you know? And I'll tell you something, you know, if I'd been in my culture, I'd walked up to a bunch of kids flying kites, someone would have been calling the cops. But, you know, I don't even think, I realized I liked kids till I got to Southeast Asia, because being a single guy and my family's at a distance, I don't have too many ways that my culture will accept me interacting with young kids. I used to live on this street, so I know this place is good for a fruit shake.
Apa kabar?
Kabar baik?
Baik.
Ya.
Ada yang bisa saya bantu?
Ya, mau jus buah.
Vlog.
Ya, blog. Ya. Saya lupakan nama Anda.
Nama saya Ketut.
Ketut?
Iya.
Saya juga Ketut.
Ketut siapa?
Ketut bule.
Ketut bule.
Ya.
Kalau saya Ketut Mansrut.
Mansrut?
Ya.
Oh. Mansrut?
Ya. Ketut Mansrut.
Mansrut.
Nah.
Tidak Mansrut ya?
Ya.
Oh, oke.
Kalau di
Bagus,
Bali,
ya.
kalau di Bali Ketut tuh identik dengan Ketut Mansrut.
Oh, oke. Saya Ketut Kentut.
Oh, bukan itu.
Canda.
Canda ya.
The bad Indonesian
Ya,
puns
biar
abound.
smile.
Terima kasih. Oh, man. There's a lot of things I love about Asia. Bidets. I'm going to do a whole show about bidets. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. But another thing I like is limes. There's limes everywhere, and I love limes. Limes are my favorite fruit, and I can get lime juice everywhere I go. But I'm in the need for something stronger. So I got an idea.
Bersihkan sayur.
Membersihkan sayur.
Cleaning vegetable.
Oh, very pintar bahasa Inggris ya.
Biu.
Yeah.
Banana, biu.
I think she's trying to sell me
Ya,
something.
biu.
Biu.
Tabio.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
always seems to turn into this. Mungkin saya kembali nanti.
Ya.
Bagus lah.
Yeah.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
Right.
Bagus. Yeah. Woo. All right. Off we go. Woo. Getting tired. Getting hungry. Getting thirsty again. Mau minum.
Yeah.
Well, now they're playing the music, but I've gotten so many bogus copyright claims on my channel, I'm going to not let you hear very much of it.
Siapa nama Anda?
Waya.
Wayan. Everybody in Bali has the same names. I might have mentioned that already. Wayan means firstborn.
Yeah.
Anda pertama ya?
Yeah.
Saya ketut.
Keempat.
Let's see a harmonica there. I doubt that. That's the first Indonesian rupiah John Lennon ever made. Highly unlikely. Wait a minute, that's not a bass, that's a guitar. I'm catching a cab back because I remembered some of the coolest kite flying is at a beach right by my place. Great way to finish up today.